Here's the thing. Every result is going to have a different training protocol, and most people miss the point there. The idea is that you've got to map out a true vision for ultimately what you want to achieve. And what I mean by that is recognizing it in other people who have already achieved it. What was their training protocol like? And you've got to sort of adopt that. You've got to modify it a little bit. You have to take a little bit from lots of different people, but ultimately you're taking it from people who were successful in that field. You know, Deion Sanders, before every game, the week into the game, he would modify his training protocol based on his opponent. So if his opponent was really strong, meaning the wide receiver, he was going to hit the weights. If his opponent was really fast, all he was going to do was run that entire week. Why? Because he understood at a deep level that I'm after a result. I can't stay true to something based on my ego, right? I'm after a result, and that means I'm willing to modify or give up what I'm used to, the routine, so to speak, right? And that's ultimately what you've got to go into your training understanding. You know, and Deion, why he did that, it wasn't even, look, you're not going to change your physical body from week to week that much. You will a little bit, you know. You will get stronger in a week if that's what you're really focused on. If you're performing at a high level and you got some strength and conditioning coaches who know what they're doing and you know what you're doing. But it's more mental. It's more to embody a state. And once you embody that state, now the mind, everything is acting in alignment, and boom, you could head towards your target much, much better. You know, Jake Gyllenhaal, when he got in shape for the movie Southpaw, you could watch this video. There's an interview where the interviewer is asking him, hey, Jake, how'd you get that body? You know, and he's trying to pry in terms of what the routine was. Right? Did you go to the gym and work out with weights? Did you do cardio? What'd you eat? And he simply answers, no, I became a boxer. You don't focus on the strategy as much as you focus on embodying who you want to be. And that means really looking up to the people who have already succeeded in there, and you literally have to embody it. You have to become one with that idea, that ideal. And then it moves through you to actually modify the strategy accordingly. Because, again, you're after a result as opposed to trying to extract the how from lots of different people or whatever it is to try to get the perfect, you know, routine or protocol. Again, it goes back to your results. If you're in this for a long term, and fitness is a long-term game. If you want to just get in shape, you don't have any ambitions to be a professional athlete, for instance, well, then you got to really play for a long-term game. So in the gym, you know, I never really did much in the way of 1-rep maxes, for instance, because I knew deep in the back of my mind that this is going to increase the likelihood of injury. And trust me, I'm injured from my wrestling career, from being a 3-time All-American wrestler, up and down. My shoulder I got to get surgery on. I've had lower back issues. I've had scares with my knee and my ankle and all kinds of things, ribs. Lots of nicks, you know, and bangs and bruises. That comes with the territory. Usually, to succeed in life, you're going to have to take some greater risks. You know, like a power lifter has to do those 1-rep maxes if he wants to be really successful, obviously. But if you are in sort of a long-term sport, fitness, you want longevity, then you've got to really modify your training protocol to satisfy that, to make sure that you're going to be able to win the consistent game as opposed to getting results really quick where you sacrifice your body. You know, so I could deadlift, for instance, 425, 435 for upwards of 10, 12, 14 reps, you know what I mean? But if you look at those 1-rep max charts, that would probably show that I could deadlift, you know, 600 pounds for 1 rep. I didn't even go there. I probably couldn't, you know. I could probably do low to mid 5s at the most. And that might even be a stretch a little bit. I was more built for wrestling, which is more muscular endurance. I was focused more on the result than getting caught up in the ego of doing something. And that's sort of the mantra that you need to adopt here. You know, what is the result that you're after? Iron out that crystal clear vision And then you can modify the training protocol, you can modify the nutritional regimen in order to align with whatever it is that you want to do.